All right, today we're diving into something called Riff Planner. Think of it as your own personal AI architect, but for your weekend. It's designed to pull you out of that dreaded planning vortex.
You know that feeling, right? You finally get a free weekend. It's this blank canvas of possibility. But then the thought of actually planning it, figuring out what to do, where to go, how to get there, it's just exhausting. So what happens? You end up doing nothing.
So yeah, let's just call it what it is. The weekend planning headache. And it is a very real source of stress for a lot of us.
I mean, you start out with all the best intentions, don't you? But an hour later, your browser has like 50 tabs open, you're drowning in reviews, and everything seems to have conflicting information. That initial excitement? Gone. It's replaced by total decision fatigue. And just like that, another weekend gets lost to takeout and whatever's streaming.
And this is what that manual grind really looks like, right? It's all these tiny, frustrating tasks. You're endlessly searching for cool spots. Then you have to sift through a million reviews to see if they're legit. You're juggling opening hours and locations, trying to figure out transportation. And then somehow, you have to stitch all of that chaos into a schedule that actually makes sense. It's a total logistical nightmare.
Okay, so what if you could just skip all of that? The entire grind? Well, that's where Riff Planner comes in. It's a pretty elegant solution to this whole mess.
So, what exactly is this thing? Under the hood, Riff Planner is a multi-agent AI system. Now that sounds complicated, but just think of it like this. It's not one single giant AI, it's more like a small, highly specialized team of AIs, and each one has a specific job, and they all work together to build you that perfect, personalized weekend plan.
And the best part? It's so simple to use. You're not writing some complex prompt. You just give it the basics. You know, your location, when you're free, your budget, what kind of food you're into. And this is the cool part, the vibe. Are you feeling like a chill, artsy afternoon or maybe a high-energy night out? You just give it the feeling, and it turns that into a concrete plan.
Okay, but how does an AI actually translate something as fuzzy as a vibe into a real, workable schedule? Well, it all comes down to that clever, coordinated AI team we were just talking about.
The whole system follows this really clear four-step logic. First, it analyzes your request. It's trying to figure out what you really want. Then it comes up with a strategy, and this means generating super precise Google search queries to find actual places. After that, it synthesizes all that info, building a timeline that makes sense. And finally, it spits out the output, your final, validated plan.
So, let's meet the team. There are 4 key players here. First up, you've got Planner.py. This one's the strategist. It just sketches out the big picture. Then you have Discovery.py, the scout. Its job is to go out and find the actual venues using Google. Next is Scheduler.py, the logistics manager. This is the one that puts everything in order, creating a timeline that actually works. And last but not least, Validator.py, the quality inspector. It just gives the whole thing a final once-over to make sure it's perfect.
And this is probably the most important part. The system isn't just making stuff up or pulling from some old, stale database. Every single recommendation, the restaurant, the museum, the park, whatever, is grounded in real-time Google search results. That means you get real places with their real opening hours at their real locations. No AI hallucinations, no showing up to a place that's been closed for 6 months.
So what's the end result of all this teamwork? Your perfect itinerary, delivered almost instantly.
I mean, really think about that for a second. A process that used to take hours of frustrating work is now crunched down into just a few seconds. That is a huge shift in how we can approach planning anything.
Yeah, this really sums it up perfectly. You're basically trading slow and overwhelming for instant and effortless. You're swapping stressful for smart and personalized. It's a complete upgrade across the board. No more repetitive searching, just real, grounded venues that actually fit what you want to do.
And this detail from the source material is so key. The final output, it's not just a text message with a list of ideas. It's a structured data object, basically a clean JSON file. And what that means is that an app can take it and instantly turn it into a beautiful, interactive map or a schedule right on your phone. It's built to be used, not just glanced at.
Okay, so this is obviously awesome for planning a weekend, but this kind of tech points to something much, much bigger. Let's talk about what the future of planning could look like.
And the next steps here are, wow, they're really exciting. Just imagine an AI that doesn't just find cool places, but actually detects what's trending right now on social platforms. Or what about one that can optimize your entire plan to save you every last dollar? And maybe the real holy grail, an AI that can somehow manage the absolute chaos of planning a trip for a group of friends who all want different things and have different budgets. That would be a game changer.
And that, right there, is the real takeaway. This was never just about finding a good brunch spot. It's a proof of concept. It's showing us a future where any complex planning task, a big vacation, a project at work, even mapping out a new fitness routine, can be boiled down to a simple, natural conversation with an AI. So that leaves us with a pretty powerful thought to chew on. We've seen how this team of AIs can just demolish the headache of planning a weekend with incredible speed and precision. So the big question is, if AI can perfect your weekend, what's next? What other complex, annoying, time-consuming parts of your life could it completely organize for you?